How to perform acupressure. The key with acupressure is that you're applying a firm pressure. This is not a massage, so you're not doing a circular motion, but just applying a firm and steady pressure. This should be comfortable for the person that you are doing the acupressure on, but not so light that they can't feel it. We want firm but comfortable pressure. You can use your thumbs for the acupressure, your elbows, or your knuckles. To locate gallbladder 21, have your pregnant person tilt their head downwards. You will find the most prominent point on their neck, which is C7. From that point, you draw an imaginary line to the end of the shoulder. The midpoint between those two on both sides is gallbladder 21. To apply pressure on this, you can use your thumbs or your forearms or your elbows, but be mindful of the amount of pressure, as the elbows can apply very firm pressure. The purpose of this point is to both relax tension, as tension tends to build up in the shoulders, but also causes a downward movement, so it can be helpful with letdown once the baby is born for breastfeeding, as well as in the second stage of pushing, or any time that you notice the person is holding a lot of tension and is unable to relax. Large intestine 4 can be located on the hand between the thumb and the index finger, in the meaty part between the two bones. The best way to perform this is to stick your hand underneath the person's hand, and then the thumb just between the thumb and first finger. Pressure is applied firmly, but again, comfortably. If you are doing both hands, I suggest that the person performing acupressure crosses their hands so that the person receiving the acupressure can remain in a comfortable position. Firm pressure is applied, and the purpose of this point is both an analgesic point for pain management during labor, as well as to help establish firm contractions. To locate bladder 32, you'll first need to look at the length of your pregnant person's index finger. We're looking from the length of the knuckle to the tip of the finger. So if your hand size is different than the person that you are performing the acupressure on, you want to measure against their hand. Our hands are the same, so I will use my length. To locate bladder 32, you take the length from the knuckle to the tip of the finger above the top of the crease of the buttocks. And then 1 finger width on either side of the midline. So here are the points. What we were aiming for is the second sacral foramen. To apply pressure, you put your thumb on either side and press firmly in. When we are performing acupressure, we don't, especially in labor, we don't go in very quickly. What we do is we wait for the person to have a contraction, ease in with the contraction, hold for the remainder of the contraction. Then once it has passed, we ease off slowly. So ease in with the wave of the contraction and ease off as the wave subsides. You can also use your knuckles for this point, or a firm palm pressure acting as a counter pressure. To locate spleen 6, we take again the hand width of the person you are performing the acupressure on. So measure the hand to make sure that you have their width of their hand. Then the location of spleen 6 is 1 hand breadth above the medial malleolus, or the inside ankle bone. The point is 1 hand breadth above and just posterior to the bone. Acupressure can be performed with a thumb like this, or from behind with a thumb like this. This point is not as comfortable as other points and may feel a little bit bruised, but it is a very important point to help with establishing regular contractions and with ripening the cervix. To locate bladder 60, find the lateral malleolus, or the outside of the ankle bone. Find the tip and then the posterior portion of the Achilles tendon. The midway line between the two, in the nice divot inside there, is bladder 60. What you want to do with this point is press firmly like this and not pinch either side of the Achilles tendon. So the pressure is generally a firm pressure, and your thumb should fit nicely between the 2 points. This point is very important when helping adjust malposition or to establish contractions during an epidural. To locate bladder 67, first locate the small toe on the foot and find the most lateral side of the nail and at the base of the nail where the cross section happens. So we find the outside of the nail going down and then the base of the nail going across, and where those 2 points meet, we have the point. This is bladder 67. This can be, because it's a small point, this can be stimulated with an emptied pen, non-marking pencil, or anything small but dull on the end. Pressure is applied firmly, and it can be used for malposition when used with acupressure. When used with moxibustion, a heat therapy, this is the point used for breech presentation. To locate kidney 1, you first need to find the sole of the foot. If you divide the foot without the toes into thirds, the kidney 1 acupressure point is located in the top 2/3 of the foot. So if we take away the toes, divide into 3 parts, between the first and second part in the center of the foot is kidney 1. This point can be acupressured like this, or if the person is sitting down, you can acupressure from underneath as well. This point is very good as a calming point during transition or any time the person who is laboring is feeling very anxious. This point can also be done anytime through pregnancy, as it is a safe point for acupressure anytime in pregnancy. To locate pericardium 6 or PC6, you need 2 fingers. Remember that we are using the width of the fingers of the person that you are performing acupressure on. So you measure your fingers against theirs. Ours are the same height. Then you take the crease and you put 2 fingers right at the start of the hand. PC6 is located 2 fingers above the crease in between the two tendons. This point can be used by someone else performing acupressure or by the person themselves anytime they are feeling nausea. If the person is to perform it on themselves, they would take the other hand and press firmly, remembering to go between the two tendons. This point is for nausea in labor or any time during pregnancy, including the first trimester.